DoMa Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk some legends. Everybody involved here are legends. We're gonna talk legendary trainer Teddy Atlas. We're gonna talk legendary boxer Floyd Mayweather. Another legendary boxer Manny Pacquiao. Well, Teddy Atlas has weighed in on the talks, of Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao too. Manny Pacquiao coming off that win against Lucas Martise looked pretty good in that win. And now, of course, Manny Pacquiao is not going to talk about any of the relevant welterweights, the Keith Thurman, who's even out right now, but Errol Spence, uh, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, or of course Terrence Crawford. Those kind of guys he's not going to talk about, but Manny Pacquiao's getting up there. He doesn't really have to. The thing is, he's been talking about people like Amir Khan. He may be going down, fight Lomachenko eventually, and of course Floyd Money Mayweather. Well, Teddy Atlas weighed in and said, he don't want to see that fight. That's ridiculous, right? And he said a whole lot of things. I put the article in the description box. It shouldn't even happen. He's, think nobody wants to see it, and he's probably right here. I don't need to see that fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao too. And if I was Floyd Mayweather, I wouldn't even be entertaining the thought, right? Nothing you can't win in that fight, right? And the only thing I don't agree with is this narrative of boring. I told you guys back then when that was happening, this boring narrative. The fight wasn't good. Once somebody tells you that, then people just believe it and start saying it themselves like it was the most boring fight ever, and it wasn't. Anybody, and I said back then, remember how you were feeling as that fight was happening. Remember that. Not after it and the wrong guy won, as you were watching it. Let's go if you're a Manny Pacquiao fan. Was it boring in round 4 when Manny Pacquiao hit him with a shot or two and you thought something was going to happen? Were you bored at that particular time? Were you bored at round 6 when Manny Pacquiao hit him twice? No, you weren't. You were enjoying it thinking the Manny Pacquiao was going to win. Now, Floyd Mayweather fans, was it boring to see someone neutralize somebody who throws a lot of punches normally and can't against your boy or Floyd Mayweather? That was not boring to watch somebody neutralize somebody like that. That was masterful, is what it was. It wasn't had anything to do with boring. So it depends on what you're watching boxing for. That was not boring. These guys in the highest skill level, and all of a sudden one of them ain't throwing no many punches. Why? You can look at round 1. Like I said, them straight right hands made Manny Pacquiao think, right? And that was after being knocked out by Marquez, who Floyd Mayweather dominated easily. So you're going to respect this guy for sure, even though his hands are brittle and he doesn't have that much punching power anymore, right? Because of his brittle hands. But you understood what those straight right hands did. And that made you not throw too many more punches. That was not boring, not to me, and it shouldn't be to you if you're watching boxing, right? It's not a brawl. A brawl happens in a bar. Boxing is something these people are all working all the time, every day, as we speak, on their defense, on certain aspects of boxing, and you expect them to come in the ring and throw all that stuff they've been working on in training camp out the window to give you a rock'em sock'em robot fight. That's ludicrous. That's why it doesn't happen all the time. It happens from time to time when both fighters are trying on that mode, but that doesn't happen all the time. So it wasn't boring. It wasn't boring for me to see Tyson Fury make Vladimir Klitschko land 50 punches in a world championship fight. And himself only landed 83, right? Tyson Fury. Masterful performance. Maybe not in the ring, right? But before he got in the ring to make Vladimir Klitschko not throw those punches. Those are great things, right? It's about psychological warfare as well. It's about feinting, making this guy not throw punches. That's what Tyson Fury did to Vladimir Klitschko. That's what Floyd Mayweather did to Manny Pacquiao. Everybody get off the sour grapes. You have to, sometimes acknowledge that your fighter did enough to beat you. And just because you wanted Pacquiao to win doesn't mean it was boring to watch Floyd Mayweather neutralize the guy. Because not too many others are. So something Mayweather was doing was extraordinary, wasn't it? That's not boring. Exactly like Tyson Fury, that wasn't boring. Does that mean you go back and watch these fight 15 times? No. Once, twice, maybe 3 times. But not more than that. That means it wasn't that exciting. We can go with that. But boring is a different thing because then you shouldn't be watching boxing because there's a whole lot of boring boxing matches. So back to the top. Teddy Atlas, I think he's right for blasting this talk of a second fight between these guys. I don't think we need to see it. I don't think they need to do it. None of these guys need money here. It wouldn't be saying anything to anybody. So let's see what's happening going forward. I agree with Teddy Atlas on this. DoMa Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.